Hello everyone, and welcome to this edition of Giant Science, the Whitby Public Library's virtual science program. My name is Mary, and you know me from the Roslyn branch. As always, make sure that you have an adult's permission to try these science experiments, and it is always a good idea to have adult supervision. Today, we're going to create a tornado in a jar and a rain cloud in a jar. I want to acknowledge rookieparenting.com and funlearningforkids.com. So let's get started. The first experiment we're going to do is the tornado in a jar. So these are the supplies that you will need. Some water, a jar with a lid, or a large glass, a teaspoon of dish soap, a teaspoon of vinegar, a wooden spoon because you're going to use the handle of the wooden spoon, or a safe knife, of course a teaspoon measure to measure these, a little bit of food coloring, and some small treasures that we're going to float around inside the tornado. I have some glitter. I have a Lightning McQueen car, I think. A little bolt, some Lego, a little person, and a dinosaur. Just some fun little things to swirl around in the tornado. So we're going to do the tornado in two different ways. We're going to try it in a jar. I find it works better in a glass, but we're going to do it both ways and you can decide for yourself. So the first thing we're going to do is put some water in the jar. Fill it about 3/4 full because you want to have enough room for the funnel cloud. We're going to put a teaspoon of vinegar, a teaspoon of dish soap, doesn't have to be exact, give it a little swirl to mix it up a bit. Let's put a drop of food coloring in there just to color the water. Just maybe a little. It might be a bit much. We'll see. Before we do that, I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. I have a question for you. Do you know what a tornado is? A tornado is also called a twister or a cyclone. It's considered a violent weather condition. When a tornado forms, it creates a vortex, which is a spinning or rotating turbulent column of air that goes like this. It extends between the base of a thunderstorm and the surface of the earth. The vortex of wind is usually funnel shaped, and that's what we're hoping to see when we create our tornado. An interesting fact, Canada has between 60 to 80 confirmed and unconfirmed tornadoes every year. So let's get started. Make sure your lid is on really tightly because you're going to shake this in a circular motion. And we have to be quick because the funnel doesn't last very long. Okay, we're going to swirl this. Can you see that? I can see it. Doesn't last very long, but you can keep doing it over and over. That one's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Maybe it needs to have some things put inside. Let's try that. Let's put glitter. Yeah. Step up a little bit. Now let's see what happens. In the glass, we're going to try it without the colored water and see if you can see it a bit better. I didn't really like the blue in the jar, so I have put clear water in that, but I'm going to show you the way I like it better, and we're going to use a big glass. We're still going to put water in it, about 3/4 full. A little bit of vinegar, about a teaspoon. I think the vinegar is used to stop the soap from being really soapy, and just a little bit of soap. We'll try that. We're not going to use the food coloring this time. So, in my research, I read somewhere that somebody said use a knife to create the vortex. Isn't that much better? I don't know, for some reason using the knife really creates a nice visual vortex. Let's try that again. And it doesn't seem to get as soapy either, which is a good thing. Look at that. Ooh. What's going to happen if you put a car in there? Oh no, car in the middle. Ready? Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that poor car. Or, a person. Person's Oh, that's a much better vortex. Look at that. And what if we use some glitter? Who doesn't like glitter? Let's try it with the handle of a spoon, see if that makes a difference. Yeah, I kind of like the knife better, actually. You can't really see the glitter, but you can certainly see the little toy objects floating around. So that's our tornado in a glass or in a jar. Kind of fun and a simple thing to do. For our next experiment, we're going to create a rain cloud in a jar. You can use a glass if you don't have a jar, as long as it has a wide mouth. In this experiment, the water is going to represent the air. The shaving cream is going to represent the cloud, and the two little glasses with colored water inside are going to represent the rain. So as you can see, you need water, shaving cream, a glass, 2 small glasses, food coloring, and I'm going to use a turkey baster. You can use an eyedropper, you can use a spoon, whatever you have on hand. So let's just make our colored water. Now what happens in this, and And I'm just using 2 colors just so you can see the difference. It'll be kind of neat to look at. We'll just let that shake itself up. So what happens is, as the rain cloud absorbs rain, it becomes very heavy. It can only hold so much. When it becomes too heavy, it becomes saturated with the rain. So it has to release the rain down towards the earth. So what's going to happen is, this is the air, this is the rain cloud. So give it a good shake. I'm going to add just a bit more water to that. You can put as much shaving foam on there as you want. I like to make sure that it's all kind of covered in. There we go. And then we're going to drop our rain on top of our rain cloud and see how long it takes for the cloud to get saturated. Oh, it's starting to come through. The cloud is getting saturated already. See some of it coming through there? Let's try a different color. Turn it around to this side. Now, the more shaving cream you put on top, the longer it will take for the cloud to become saturated. It's just kind of a fun little experiment to show you how clouds become saturated with rain and the rain falls to the ground. You can use any colors you want. You can use as much shaving cream as you want. It does have to be shaving cream though, not shaving gel. There you go. You see it's all starting to fall down. And the longer you let it sit there, the longer it will fall down. There we go. Your 2 science experiments. The tornado and the rain cloud. I hope you enjoyed these 2 fun experiments. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can access our catalog on www.whitbylibrary.ca, and of course, visit all of our digital platforms, Libby, Hoopla, Canopy, and Press Reader. I hope you enjoyed today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.